There are hundreds of tech certifications out there, and most of the content about them will tell you to just get all of them. But that's terrible advice. The wrong cert wastes your time, costs you money, and does nothing for your career. The right cert can completely change your trajectory, opening doors that your resume alone never would. I'm Chase, a software engineer at Meta, and in this video I'm giving you the full tier list: S tier, A tier, B tier, and the ones you should skip entirely. I'll tell you exactly which certifications have the highest ROI in 2026, which domains they actually matter in, and the order you should pursue them depending on where you want to go. If you want to know exactly which tech certifications are worth your time and money in 2026 and which ones are not, stay until the end. So let's get this out of the way first because it does change everything. For generalist big tech software engineer roles, certs aren't as important. Meta, Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, none of them require certifications for their general software engineering roles. What they care about is data structures, algorithms, system design, and your ability to clear their interview rounds. And what gets you the interview there are referrals or big name internships and recognizable companies on your resume. A CompTIA cert on your resume doesn't do much for a Meta application, so you want to spend that time on LeetCode instead. But outside of that, certifications do actually matter. For example, in cybersecurity roles, they're often required and sometimes mandatory for government work. They're also useful in cloud engineering and architecture roles. AWS, Azure, and GCP certs are frequently listed as preferred or even required. There's also DevOps and platform engineering, and Kubernetes and cloud certifications carry real weight in that domain. There's also AI and ML engineering. This is emerging, but it's growing fast as a differentiator. And also there's IT and entry-level tech. Certifications can substitute for a degree or prior experience. So basically the rule here is that the more specialized and niche the role is, the more certifications matter. But the more generalist the engineering role at a big name company, the less they matter. So let's start with S tier, and these are the certs you want to get full stop without question. These are the certifications with the highest ROI in 2026, and if your career path touches these domains, there's no real debate. Now the first one is CompTIA Security Plus. This is the entry point for cybersecurity. It's vendor neutral, and it's widely recognized and it's approved by the DoD. It's required or strongly preferred for any government, defense, and federal contractor role. It's the best starting point before anything else in the cybersecurity stack, and the salaries for roles requiring it are upwards of $130K, and it's for anyone who wants to break into cybersecurity or IT security from scratch. Now the second cert that's also in S tier is AWS Certified Solutions Architect. AWS holds the largest share of the global cloud market, and this is their flagship credential, one of the most requested certifications in job postings across cloud, DevOps, and infra roles. And AWS skills are growing 84% in demand year over year, so this cert basically puts you directly in that pipeline. The salary range for these type of roles are from 125K to 165K, and who it's for is basically for any cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, or anyone building or moving into AWS infrastructure. Now the third and last cert that belongs in S tier is the CISSP, which is a Certified Information Systems Security Professional. This is the gold standard for senior cybersecurity. It's consistently one of the highest paying certs in tech. The average total compensation for CISSP holders is upwards of 175K, and this requires 5 years of security experience. It's not an entry-level cert. So that being said, this cert is primarily for senior security engineers, security architects, or anyone moving into cybersecurity leadership. If you're early in career, you want to put this one on your long-term roadmap, not on your immediate to-do list. Okay, so now let's talk about A tier, which is a strong value for the right person. These are going to be excellent certs with strong market demand, but they're more situational depending on your specific stack or your career direction. Okay, so the first certification in A tier is going to be the Certified Kubernetes Administrator, and that's CKA for short. Kubernetes is the standard for container orchestration, and it's not going anywhere. And this cert is unique in that it's a hands-on performance-based exam, so you're actually doing the work and not just answering multiple choice. Engineers with CKA level skills earn 130K to 180K in the US, and this cert is primarily for DevOps engineers, platform engineers, SREs, and anyone working in containerized environments. So the next cert in A tier is going to be the Google Professional Cloud Architect cert. This gained serious traction as Google Cloud expanded its enterprise AI offerings. It's increasingly relevant as more LLM workflows run on GCP, and this one is primarily for cloud architects, engineers who are already moving in to the Google Cloud ecosystem, But this one is less valuable if you're primarily working in something like AWS, for instance. Don't chase this one just to have it. Now, my next cert in A tier is going to be the CompTIA CYSA+, and this is for cybersecurity analysts. The natural next step here after Security Plus, which was an S tier, for people who are going into threat detection and incident response. SOC analyst roles use this heavily, and SOC is one of the most common entry points into cybersecurity. The salary range for this cert is around 75K to 137K, depending on your experience, and this one is primarily for anyone targeting SOC analyst roles or blue team security work. So now my final cert in A tier is going to be the AWS Certified DevOps Engineer cert. This is for engineers who are already AWS certified and they want to go deeper into automation and CI/CD. And this cert was actually updated this year to include AI-assisted deployment strategies. Who it's for is it's primarily for senior DevOps engineers and platform engineers who are already working in AWS environments. And by the way, if you want the exact resume template I used to get hired at Meta, click the first link in the description and I'll send it to you for free. But for now, let's get back to the video. Okay, so now let's go on to B tier, which are the certs with decent value, but they're more situational. These certifications do have real market value, but only in very specific contexts. You don't want to get these just to have them. So the first one in this tier are going to be the Microsoft Azure certifications. These are strong if you're working in a Microsoft heavy enterprise environment, and many large organizations do standardize on Azure, Teams, and Power BI. So in those particular ecosystems, these certs carry real weight, but they are less valuable if your target companies or your tech stack is more AWS or GCP focused. So this one is primarily for engineers in enterprise environments where Microsoft is the dominant platform. Now the next cert in B tier is going to be the Google Professional Machine Learning Engineer. This is a rigorous option for building and maintaining production ML systems, and it's a strong credential as AI hiring grows, but the field is still maturing. Now the honest caveat here is that real machine learning engineering experience is still going to outweigh the certification, but who it's primarily for is for data scientists and ML engineers who are looking to formalize and validate their skills. Now the next cert in B tier is going to be the CompTIA A+. This is a solid entry point for career switchers coming into IT support or junior cloud pathways. It gets you in the door, but it's not a long-term career credential by any means. You don't want to stop here, but you want to use this as a stepping stone to Security Plus or cloud certifications. And who this one is for is primarily for people with zero tech experience who are breaking into IT for the first time. Now my final cert in B tier is going to be the Red Hat Certified Engineer cert. This is for advanced Linux administration and it's heavily used in enterprise and DevOps environment. And this is a progression credential and it's primarily for Linux engineers and DevOps professionals in enterprise or government environments. Okay, so now let's talk about C tier, and these are the ones you want to skip or do them last. These certifications do somehow get a lot of attention, but they actually have the lowest ROI for most people in tech. And the first one on C tier is going to be random vendor-specific certs with low market recognition. There are hundreds of certifications out there from vendors that nobody has even heard of. So if a hiring manager doesn't recognize the cert body, it's not going to do anything for you. So that's why you want to stick to CompTIA, AWS, Google, Microsoft, and recognized frameworks instead. Now, the second cert in C tier is going to be the PMP, which is the Project Management Professional cert. This is a high-paying cert overall, but it's for management, not engineering. So if you want to stay technical, this isn't the right path to take. And it's really only relevant if you're moving into PM or engineering management roles. Now my final cert in C tier is actually not a cert, but it's stacking entry-level certs instead of progressing. So getting the CompTIA Plus, then the Networking Plus, then the Security Plus cert before ever touching a cloud cert is a common trap, for example. You want to pick a direction and get the foundational cert and then move into specialization. Collecting badges without the depth is not going to get you hired. So let's talk about the cert landscape and what's actually changing. There's a few important shifts that affect how you should think about certs right now. The first one is that AI is creating a new certification category. AI ML and data engineering roles grew 163% in job postings from 2024 to 2025. Azure AI Engineer Associate and Google Professional Machine Learning Engineer are becoming more common in job postings, and this space is still maturing. There's hands-on AI experience that still beats certifications here, but that gap is slowly closing. The second factor is that cybersecurity demand is exploding. AI-powered attacks increased significantly in 2025, and now companies are scrambling to hire security talent. AI security roles specifically are paying $152K to $280K in 2026. So if you're considering cybersecurity, the window to get in while demand outpaces supply is right now. Now, the final shift is that skills-first hiring is accelerating. 87% of tech leaders are offering higher salaries to candidates with advanced skills in AI, cybersecurity, and cloud. More than half say that they'll negotiate pay for candidates whose certifications support critical business needs. Certs are being taken more seriously than they were 5 years ago, especially as companies move away from degree requirements. So how do you actually pick the right cert? Don't start with certs. You want to start with the job you want instead. So you want to pull up at least 20 job postings for the particular roles that you're targeting and look at what certifications show up as preferred or even required across these positions. That tells you exactly what cert to get first, but I can still give you a general order of operations. For the cybersecurity path, you generally want to start with the Security Plus cert, then move to the CYSA Plus cert, and then get the CISSP cert long term. For the cloud path, you want to get the AWS Solutions Architect Associate cert first, then move on to the AWS DevOps Pro or Google Cloud Architect, depending on your stack. And for the DevOps or platform path, you want to start with AWS cert first, and then move on to the CKA. And finally, for the AI/ML path, you want to start with hands-on projects and GitHub work first, and then layer in the Cloud AI cert for your platform. So the honest truth about certifications is this: a cert without hands-on experience is still going to be weak, but hands-on experience without a cert in specialized roles leaves you invisible to recruiters. So the combination of real project work plus the right credential is actually what gets you hired. So that's the full tier list: the certifications worth your time, the ones that are situational, and the ones you should skip entirely. The most important thing to take away is that certs are not a universal answer. They're a targeted tool that works in specific domains and for specific roles. If you're going after a generalist software engineer role at a top tech company, focus on your interview prep instead. But if you're going into cloud, cybersecurity, DevOps, or AI, the right certification can absolutely change your trajectory. And if you want to take the next step, click the first link in the description and grab the exact resume template I used to get hired at Meta. It's completely free. And if you're not ready for that yet, I highly recommend watching the video on screen next, where I break down how to find tech jobs with low competition, because knowing which certs to get is only half the equation. You also need to know where to apply. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.